Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker, and today we're going to be talking about the fact that I really want to build a motorcycle. Now I'm not saying this is going to be something that ever happens, but I just kind of want to talk about it anyway as a theoretical subject as we ride through these pretty scenic back roads in North Carolina, not far from Clayton at downtown. Oh, there's a school bus. You have to stop for those. He's moving. We're safe. Interesting concept that everyone has to stop by the side of the road, but you know, it's fair enough. It's kids. Just weird to me, at least, because I come from somewhere that you definitely don't have to do that. But anyway, we won't get into that one. So where is this coming from? Why all of a sudden am I back to talking about, you know, wanting to build motorcycles and whatnot? And it's honestly, it's a pretty simple place. I don't know, does everyone else follow, you know, the likes of EICMA and Motorcycle Live and whatnot? But I do. I obviously have a massive interest in motorcycles. And, you know, obviously every year that's kind of where a lot of stuff gets announced. So, you know, this year there was a lot of cool bikes, and one of my buddies, and if you are not subscribed to him, I highly recommend subscribing to him because he does get a lot of the latest stuff a lot of the time, and always has a good opinion on it. But Hippo Drones are a valuable opinion, a good opinion. Sometimes he doesn't like stuff. Look at those pretty horses. That's cool. Anyway, Hippo Drones. Yeah, he recently got the GSX-S or 8S, GX8S. Yeah, from Suzuki, which he is loving, and I honestly think that's an absolutely fantastic bike for a road bike. And it's something that I like Suzukis. It's something that I think Suzuki have done very well over the years, whether it be because they're cheap or because they just thought it was a good business practice. Is, you know, they have kept their bikes in general more simple. They haven't put as much technology into everything. So obviously, like, there are things that don't follow that rule, such as, you know, the Hayabusa, obviously, the new GSX-R GT Plus that has every bell and whistle pretty much on it that you can get. Hey, we're on the left hand side of the road. I feel like I'm at home. What? Come on, people, come on. Yeah, there we go. But in general, Suzuki like to keep their stuff relatively simple, you know, relatively straightforward, such as this. And the thing I really like about that is the fact that a regular ass person in their garage, again, me, can maintain it. You know, I recently did the valves on this, which honestly, in my opinion, is one of the biggest jobs, kind of regular maintenance wise, you have to do on a motorcycle, is the valve clearances, or just checking the valve clearances. I mean, with this bike, and I will record it the next time I do it, you do have to kind of drain all the coolant, and a certain amount of disassembly is required of the top end of the bike, taken apart. You know, you have to take off your fuel tank, you have to basically remove your radiator, you have to get down in there. There's a little bit to it. However, it's still, you know, it's not that bad. And the reason it's not that bad is because the V-Strom, anyway, is not festooned with lots of really insanely smart engineering things, but also in the end of the day make it much harder for either a mechanic or an end user to maintain it. That van's been for sale for ages, and it's really cool. I would buy it if I had lots of money to restore it and make it fun, but I don't. So yeah, Suzuki don't festoon their bikes with lots of things. I'm gonna go, will we go left? No, we'll keep going straight for a while, see where this takes us. And that's something that I think is sadly missing from a lot of manufacturers' lineups, is the simple bike. You know, and it's funny because one of the guys who watches this channel, Stephen, who is a knowledge on especially motorcycles throughout history, because he's been around a little longer than me, and has ridden bikes his whole life, so knows a hell of a lot because he still has an interest in bikes. And one thing that's becoming clear, I think, to me, is that even if it's not being driven by, you know, regulations or whatever else, manufacturers do seem to be pushing heavily towards more technology on bikes. You know, for instance, the Kawasaki hybrid. I'll be honest with you, other than people who have an interest in it because it's different, I know of literally nobody who wants one because they think it's going to be you know, a better bike than an offering of a similar price that's just pure petrol, you know, or gasoline. Certainly I'm not one of I'm one of those people. I have no idea what niche that's looking to fill in the market, other than one we should have went down that way, other than one that's, you know, to cover off regulations and emissions and whatnot. And I honestly don't care about any of that stuff. I think most emissions regulations are kind of stupid. I think if we were to look throughout history, if we'd focused our minds on, you know, making more sustainable bikes and cars from a maintenance perspective, not a profitability perspective, I think we'd be in a much better place. But I don't make regulations, so, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so the reason I personally want to build a bike is, number one, because I live in the States right now. If I lived in Ireland, it would be Ireland. I would love to try to manufacture everything, and I mean everything, in the country I was living in. Oh, that's cool. Pity I'm not allowed. That looks, it's private property. I'm not allowed right down there, but it's cool though. You know, I don't really understand the premise of, hey, we're making a more emissions-friendly vehicle. However, we're going to source parts from literally the entire globe. Which, look, I mean, it's cool in a way, but I think it's kind of counterproductive and a bit silly. However, oh, that's cool. I like that. I have no idea where I am, by the way. I just kept riding down this road. I've never been down here before. So, you know, something I would love to do is build a simple frame. And the thing that I would like to do is I would engineer it from, and I am a mechanical engineer, by the way, just for background. I design other things for in industry, not so much for bikes, but I would love to do something for bikes. But how I personally design all my stuff is serviceability. You know, how can we maintain this and keep it running for the next 10 to 20 years? Because in the industry I work in, everything is it's what's called depreciated. So basically they list how long it takes to pay for, and it's over 10 years essentially. So everything has to last for at least 10 years, and as we know, in any machine or vehicle, things break, right? It's just the natural progression of time and stuff grinding together as things break. And again, I go back to my Honda CB750 Nighthawk, because that bike is so easy to get to everything. And the way the world is right now, I would honestly love to build something that it was easy to get the engine out of the frame. It was super easy to, you know, change pistons if you need to change pistons or whatever. Oh, that is so cool. Look at our GMC. We're gonna go left. That is really cool. Why can't we design trucks that look like that anymore? Well, I do know why. Crash regulations and pedestrian safety and weight. I get that, at least, but you know, also then you have the Tesla Cybertruck, which kind of puts all pedestrian safety and weight out of the window. Not bashing on the Cybertruck. I personally wouldn't buy one, but that's for many various other reasons. Oh, we could have went down that road too. This is so pretty though. Very pretty. Especially with the rumbling noise of the V-Strom under my butt cheeks. Very pretty. You just have to watch for deer around this time of year. But yeah, I mean, looking at the CB750 is, you know, even if you were to take a lot of that stuff to like a really good machine shop, I don't see why they couldn't replicate to something like the CB750, and that's what I would love to build. Is it naive from a business perspective? Oh, look, a little leak. Yeah, more than likely. I don't think I would be you know, a company worth billions by any means if I ever did pull it off. However, I think that it'd be something that, you know, I would hope would be around in 100 years. You know, build something it's not designed to be the lightest, it's not designed to be the fastest, it's not designed to be the most fuel efficient, but it is designed to be something that you can give your grandkids. That's the bike I would like to build. And you know, I think it's also a little bit short-sighted to say that you can't do that, because obviously there are bikes that are around a long time. You know, people still can take them and store them and ride them. There are bikes that the engines can do hundreds of thousands of miles comfortably without any major maintenance. You look at the likes of the Valkyries and the Goldwings, and you know, those companies were still and are still profitable. Like I said, you wouldn't ever be rich though. Well, I mean, that's okay. I don't really care about richness. This looks weird. I don't ever trust something like that someone could mistakenly, you know, just ride straight through. I think that said no outlet back there, so I think this is a dead end, but we'll ride down it anyway. However, so yeah, I'd love to do something like, you know, you get a machine shop to make your wheels, you get, you know, a welder to do up your frame. Obviously, once you design everything, and you could kind of do all that stuff. Now I don't know what this bus is doing, so what are they doing? You know, so that's kind of what I'd love to do. And I know this hasn't been like, this is obviously not a business presentation. You know, I would like to build a bike, and here are all my ideas and plans and drawings, because I haven't done any of that yet. I'm probably gonna draw a frame to fit some form of off-the-shelf engine, just to keep that simple for the start. I know, you know, I would wonder, could you shoehorn, you know, like a very standard engine in there that's more than likely a twin, I would think. No, actually, we'll probably bring us back to that road then if we go. Let's go this way. Stones there. Ooh. Oh, we followed the bus. I have made mistakes today. But yeah, let me think. Let me know what you think. Do you think like that it's something that we are missing? Is like an affordable. What is this person doing? Are they on the phone? Are they a moron? Hard to know. Maybe both. That's cool. It's a cool little lake. But you know, is it something that you would be interested in? Is buying something that wasn't the fastest, didn't handle the best, wasn't the lightest, but you knew that you could easily get, you know, replacement parts for, and even make it modular. You know, make large chunks that were just straight replaceable, as like, oh, this is a section of the engine, and make it slide out. You know, cartridge gearboxes or transmissions, however you want to refer to them. Stuff like that is doable. It has been done in the past already. It's not reinventing the wheel. It's just kind of making things. And I know this is a very naive. Oh, another dead end. What? I know this is a very naive look at this stuff. Which, I mean, you can also freely call out. I'm not bothered by my naivete. I'm fed up of every year seeing that we're moving more and more and more and more. And there's obviously space for these advanced bikes. I'm by no means saying like, ooh, me, Michael, I am Luddite, I hate all these fancy bikes. But if you talk to almost anyone, they all say, oh, I rode a Ninja 400. It was so much fun. What's fancy about a Ninja 400? Pretty much nothing. Everything seems to have power modes and ABS. Well, ABS I think is a legal requirement in a lot of places now, so fair enough. But the thing that I always wonder is, you know, if you get a bike that's like 220 brake horsepower, 240 brake horsepower, a lot of those pretty much aren't even rideable without technology now. Look at all those new builds. I have opinions on houses in America, but I won't voice them here right now. Well, they're kind of boring. I think a lot of them are boring. Those houses are super boring. But also, would I live in one? Yeah, because I need somewhere to live. I would rather have some land though, so I could build a big garage or shop, as they call them here, and do more projects. New homes. This area is pretty. It is. I like it. But yeah, that's kind of a lake. Another lake. There's lots of like ponds and lake. Oh, look at all the cows! We found cows, people. The video is accomplished. We'll end it here. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, let me know. I know this has probably gone on way longer than I meant it to, but I mean, this is how rambles work. I just get out to ride my bike to clear my head, because my bike is my therapist, in a way. That's a joke. I'll actually make a video on that, because I think people read into that too much. No way, did we come all the way back around to the place we were earlier? A what? Really? Did I? That's a crazy. time to get out of here. I actually have literally no idea where I am, people. But yeah, that's kind of all. I'm just basically looking for other people's opinions on, do you think it would ever be theoretically possible to build a motorcycle and source all of the components, barring the tires maybe, from, you know, a locality? I think it is definitely doable in America, because there's so many things that are still built here. Ireland, I think, would be a huge challenge. I think the engine would be the biggest challenge, unless you were to design and build one, you know, yourself, like casting wise, which is doable and something I would absolutely love to do at some point in my life. Whether it be now or in 20 years, I don't know. It definitely won't be now. I don't have the money for like an experiment like that. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are, and let me know what your thoughts are, I suppose, on all the newly revealed bikes at EICMA and Motorcycle Live, I suppose. Not that I was disappointed, but just that there's nothing that's jumping out to me as something that I want to buy, especially from an affordability perspective. There's nothing that jumps out to me that I want to buy and can buy, I'll put it that way. And before anyone comes at me with, you own 4 bikes, cumulatively, all 4 bikes that I own, I have spent far less than what an RS V4 would cost, or even a Tuono V4 factory would cost, which is, you know, my dream bike. Or even just a Tuono V4, not even the factory. I mean, like, considerably, massively less than what those bikes cost, brand new. Ooh, that was a nice little corner. But yeah, let me know. That's the ramble. I have no idea how long this video is. Probably far too long. I think electronics you could easily source in America. Frame, obviously. Wheels, obviously. Handlebars definitely could be made here. Fascias and stuff, I'd keep it simple, so yes, good old analog stuff maybe. Yeah, I wonder how much you'd actually have to put on, like, control electronics wise. I actually must look more cows. I must look into this more really at some point, so I can actually foment a proper plan. But yeah, I'm just kind of, not that I'm let down, it's just that I really thought, with current global economic conditions the way they are, and I know I'm not saying that no manufacturers didn't do anything. I mean, you know, you see Triumph and them bringing smaller CC bikes to market, which are cheaper, so, you know, good on them. However, I would love to see something like, you know, the CB750, the CB1100 air-cooled bikes return, I suppose, to market, return to a user base that wants simplicity of maintenance, something that looks good and is fun, not something that's gonna like beat everything on the planet in a drag race, not something that's an absolute track weapon. I don't think I know anyone who really wants to ride a CB or Fireblade every day on the road. Most people want something like this. This thing is the most comfortable bike I've ever had. So yeah, I think that's something that's so pretty here. Look at this little rolling hill up through some trees. This is very nice, very pretty. 10 points. Excellent job. Ooh, a hill. Ooh, this is why I'm happy I moved from Greenville. There's hills here. There's no hills in Greenville. But yeah, just overall kind of disappointed that the current economic stuff didn't drive manufacturers to be like, you know what, we need to make a commuter that still looks good, that isn't like an NC750X or whatever. And I'm not saying the NC is ugly or anything, it's just not my style. But make an old UGM style like the Z900RS, but even more simple. The Z900RS is definitely a more performance orientated UGM. You know, make something we can hang bags on easily. Don't make the paint too pretty so no one wants to scratch it, etc. That's my dream. And I don't know, maybe I should like reach out to manufacturers and actually ask to talk to them. Maybe I'll do that. I think I'll do that. Whoever it may be. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to message Indian and be like, Indian, let's make an affordable bike together, baby, and see what they say. Anyway, if you've watched this far, I really do appreciate your time, because I know this probably turned into a much longer ramble than I meant to. I am very lost now. I have no idea where I am, other than I was going the wrong way, so I turned around. And yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. A special thank you to all of my patrons for supporting the channel. I do appreciate you all. And I do appreciate your patience and understanding with my reduced video count getting out. I've just had a lot of stuff going on work, and you know, there's a new life to be lived here in America that I wanted to spend some time doing. So I do really appreciate all your support. Plus, I am back going to the gym and trying to get myself a bit healthier, which focusing on just chucking out videos was definitely taking from that. So yeah, don't forget to look after yourself. Get out, do a walk, do a run, you know, try to stay healthy, because at the end of the day, your health is your wealth. And I do actually firmly believe that. I'm not saying it to be cringy. I do really believe that if you're not healthy, you're never going to be as happy as you could be if you were just healthy. That is really a cool little church there. That's also cool. So yeah, that's all I have to say. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. Adios. Outro crew. What is your opinion? I really hope I'm going the right way. Oh, I think I've gone too far. I know that tower. I don't know where I am. If it's the tower I'm thinking of, which it probably isn't. Yeah, outro crew. What do you think? What's your favorite bike if you were to purchase it new on the market right now? And also, as a second to that question, why do you buy a bike? Do you buy it for the technology? Do you buy it for the performance? Do you buy it to be like a cool all-rounder that you can ride every day for the rest of your life? You know, what's your driving factor when purchasing a motorcycle? I want to know. And also, if I could partner with any one manufacturer, who would it be? And I would really insist whoever I partnered with, I'd be like, we gotta source as many of the materials from local as we can. That would be something I would be a big proponent of. Yeah, let me know, Outro Crew, what do you think? Or do you think I'm just insane? Which is absolutely fine to say if you do. Bye, Outro Crew. Ciao!